Hey everybody, we're here at the Ascent Amphitheater in Nashville, Tennessee with Widespread Panic, who are doing 3 nights here in this outdoor venue. It's a cool place, and even cooler than that is the fact that I get to talk to Jimmy Herring. Jimmy, how are you, man? It's good to see you.
Man. It's good to see you.
I'm very happy to be here with you.
Thank you so much.
Man, and you know the drill. You've seen some rig rundowns, so we're just going to jump in, man. Tell us about this beautiful PRS you have in your hands here.
Well, thank you, man. This is a guitar that I've had probably, I'm guessing, around 20 years, and maybe longer. Paul gave me this 3P90. I guess it wasn't a standard 22. I can't remember what the model was called, but I loved it so much, and it had a neck on it. They call it a soap bar carve or soap bar. It only came with that guitar with the P90s in it, which is also known as a soap bar, pickup.
Yep. Anyway,
so I got him to make this guitar with that same neck shape, and this was many years ago. I mean, it was 2000 when I was, it was probably 18 or 20 years ago. And the only other thing that's different about it, other than, the neck carve, is I like to have a separate volume for each pickup, and then a master tone, unless you're gonna have 2 tones, which is also great, very Gibson-like,
Yes.
But this one is just a volume for the neck, volume for the bridge, and then tone control, master tone.
And does it have stock pickups?
Well, I've gone back and forth. I like the Lollar Imperials a lot. That's what's in here right now.
Okay.
Yeah, they've been in there actually for a long time, but I played it for many years with the stock pickups, and they sounded great too. It's just a matter of, you need to change every now and then.
Yep. And jumbo frets?
Yeah. Yeah. These are I imagine 6,000 wired. These guitars are a 25-inch scale. I don't need them so much with these guitars as I do with a 25.5-inch guitar, like a Stratocaster or a Telecaster. They have longer necks, and the big frets really help me a lot with them. And actually, they help me with this one too. But this being a ½ inch shorter, you can get away with smaller frets if you need to. For what I'm trying to do, what I like to do is not have the action too low, and then the guitar speaks better, and the big frets help you to be able to raise the action up and still be able to play the guitar.
Yeah, and so you get more clarity and articulation.
Yeah, the notes jump out better, and you get better string-to-string definition, and it's easier to bend and things like that.
Well, speaking of strings, what kind of strings do you use, and what gauge is on there now?
They're just a normal 10 set from D'Addario.
Okay.
The nickel strings, we use the nickel ones.
Cool. Anything else different about that? And any modifications in the capacitors or anything, or pretty much all?
Joel did do some stuff to the bridge. Where'd he go? Thought maybe he could tell you about it. It's the bridge. After you use the twang bar for a while, and like I said, this guitar is close to 20 years old.
Yeah.
It started getting, needing some love on the edges.
Yep.
And so he did that. He's great. He works great with metal. He works great with wood. So we could have gotten a new bridge from Paul, but instead of bothering him, Joel just took it.
He just fabricated one.
Yeah, he just took the same bridge and he just smoothed out the edges around where they, where the pivot is.
Okay.
And as a result, this guitar stays in tune fairly well.
Excellent.
And there's nothing. Oh yeah, what did you do to the bridge when you smoothed out the edges of it somehow?
Well, they're countersunk under these screws, and I just basically made the knife edge more knife edgy.
Okay. That way it
So it's
no
less friction,
less binding and stuff. Yeah.
And this is your main guitar in general, or on this tour?
Typically with Panic, this is my main guitar.
Okay.
If I need a humbucker guitar, which is most of this gig, this is the one I typically use.
Okay.
I've had it so long and it feels like home.
Well, let's take a look at what else you have in the rack if we can.
Okay.
I know you've got another PRS in there, and you've got a Strat in there too.
Yeah. This is a DGT that Paul was gracious enough to build. This beautiful instrument. We use this mainly for the drop D songs.
Okay.
But sometimes if there's no drop D songs in the set list, we'll just set it up, to play with standard tuning, and it's a great instrument. And it's also got, what I like about the Grissams is they have a separate volume for each pickup and a master tone. And they also have bigger fret wire than your standard issue Paul Reed Smith these are stock, but they're a little bit smaller than what I would typically use, but they still feel great.
Cool.
I mean, Grissom he tunes down a half step, and he likes the bigger wire because he uses bigger strings tuned down a half step.
Yep.
And so he likes that bigger wire too. Most people think you're nuts when you tell them, you know, you use 6,000 wire until they pick it up and feel it. And then they're like, oh my God, this thing feels great. Well, you know.
Yeah, the bending is especially cool with
Yeah.
Lawler pickups in that one too?
Yeah. Yeah,
Cool.
Lawler
Imperials?
Imperials
Cool.
in this guitar.
Cool.
Joel keeps these things in tune pretty good. He knows how to set up I like to use 4 springs because where I really did a number on myself trying to use 3 and trying to learn about how to use a twang bar, and I didn't realize bending the whole time just like I did before I used the twang bar, and it did a number on my arm. Tendonitis.
Yep.
That good old tendonitis.
And then we've got a cool Strat.
Yeah, this is Joel just put this one together for me. This is a great instrument, man.